What's going on, Jerome's? Tell me again. We'll be lovers and friends. It's a beautiful day. We're out here, man. So we actually get quite a few comments of why do you review like other articles from other sites and all that stuff. Mainly, it's a way to get different perspectives introduced to the conversation. Plus, we never said that we're like a news person. We're much more like a fan reacting to things, and that's what fans do. Where you wake up in the morning and then you check out, what did the national media jabronis write about the Vikings today, and basically be like, that's BS, or I kind of like that idea. It's basically what we're going for. Also, it's a good way to introduce new players, potential free agents, potential trade opportunities, potential players in the draft, as opposed to just, the Vikings need to draft, blah, blah, blah. Even though we have a lot of fun with that too. That's why we do so many mock drafts, trying to introduce as many prospects as possible. Long story longer, getting into CBS Sports, Cody Benjamin, 2024 NFL free agency mock draft, blah, blah, blah. So basically what they did is they did up a mock draft in order of cap space. I think it's a really fun idea. And diving on in, so the Vikings ended up with the 15 overall pick. Commies at 1. How come the Commies don't have a logo? I don't know. But Brian Burns, that'd be really good. I like him, man. I mean, they could re-sign Kirk Cousins, which would be great. Great. T. Higgins to the Titans. That'd be really good, too. Again, so they're sort of taking out the franchise tag here. So, Mike Evans to the Bears. Mike Evans is really, really good, except I'm not scared of Mike Evans at this point of his career. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's still super productive, but, Patriots get Kirk. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like if the Patriots are just going to rebuild, just rebuild. I feel like a team signing Kirk is saying that they have a short window to win a Super Bowl. I think the Patriots are far from that. Bengals getting Trent Brown. I definitely need some help along the offensive line. Blah, blah, blah. So they're going to get Brown to play right tackle. Sure. L'Jarius Sneed going to the Colts. They got the need for Sneed on the outside in Indianapolis. Marquise Brown, Hollywood. Why would the Texans take Daniil? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But the Lions take Daniil. They just again, Houston is such a beautiful situation for Daniil, where it's basically him returning home. He's from Katy, Texas, and him and Will Anderson would be dynamite. And plus, the Texans have the cap space. I feel like CBS just did this just to dick around with us. Just be like, hey, Daniil going to the Lions. Spare me. Although that would suck. That would suck. Ridley going to the Cardinals. Baker going back to the Bucks. Kendall Fuller to the Raiders. Bryce Huff going to the Panthers, trying to replace Brian Burns. Good luck. Z-Man going to the Rams. I kind of like that fit, actually. And Za'Darius, so Kwesi gets a lot of flack for his moves, but trading Za'Darius for what he could for, basically, mid-round swappies. I mean, Za'Darius was fine this year, but he wasn't worth the cash, and getting something for him, even if it's just a pick upgrade, is perfectly fine. Floyd going to the Falcons. Vikings ended up with Leonard Williams, which I like Leonard Williams a lot. I pined for him whenever he's been available for trade, whether from the Jets or from the Giants. This is what Cody wrote. Brian Flores got the most out of the Vikings defense in 2023, but he could use more strength in the trenches. Williams gives him just that, offering positional versatility to help the entire front improve against both the run and the pass. And I love me some Leonard Williams, man. So Leonard Williams, the pride of USC. So it's interesting. So in high school, our mascot was the Trojans. And, kids being kids, like the main smack talk that we got from other schools was, ho, 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 the Trojans, you're like the condoms, but I don't know, like, it was such a self-own, because because we're having a lot of sex with your mom. Anyways, Leonard Williams, he's 29 years young. He's 6'5", 302. And like we said, the pride of USC was the number 6 overall pick from the land of Troy. And he came in as a very young prospect. I believe he was 20 when he came in, but super raw, super physical. His comp was actually Kevin Williams, which he hasn't quite panned out on that potential, but he's still a damn good player. And he's bounced around from the Jets to the Giants to the Seahawks. He was traded midseason last year for a second rounder. He was a 2016 Pro Bowler, and he's very versatile. Can play pass rushing nose, can play 3-tech, 4-tech, 5-tech, can play all along the defensive line, can play a true edge rusher as well if you need him to be. 78.4 PFF grade last year with the Seahawks, 32 pressures, 4 sacks in 10 games. Now you could say, production hasn't always been there, sure, but I think Leonard Williams is a guy who does a lot of the dirty work. That doesn't necessarily register in the stat box, where he's got a career 10% pressure rate, which is really damn good for a guy who generally plays inside the tackle box. 43.5 career sacks, 68 tackles for loss, which is almost nice. In his 9 seasons. Like we said, he's going to be 30 over the summer, but he's already played 9 seasons, so he came into the league very young. And he's an elite athlete, even at his age, still has unbridled power and old man strength. Defensive tackle who, that's like too, where you see defensive tackles, whether it's nose tackles or under tackles, play deep into their 30s because that strength, that playing with leverage just on the interior, like, that goes away a lot later than, say, speed and quickness. So, like, speed, quickness, guys, no matter the position, generally by 30, they're kind of cooked. But dudes who are just tanks, I mean, they can play for a long time. And also, you can stand up against the run. You can multi-gap. You can eat up linebackers. Eat up offensive linemen for linebackers. Probably eat up linebackers, too, like if you're so inclined. He really can do it all, and I think that he would be great up front. His spot rack estimated contract value is $16.7 million, so a little bit pricey, especially considering his age, but given his versatility, given what Flores could do with him up front, given that he probably has 3, 4, maybe even 5 years left of high caliber, high quality football, I think overall it's pretty good. So, say, basically, you're getting, Chris Jones is going to be twice this amount. Justin Matabuke, Christian Wilkins going to be $21 million bucks. So getting Leonard at 16.7 or around there, I think would be a pretty good get. And even though positionally they don't play 1-for-1, I think if the Vikings did lose to Neil Hunter, I think swapping out and getting Leonard Williams would be a decent consolation prize. Also, it's always important to say, hey, who did you not get? So Andrew Van Ginkel, former Dolphins edge rusher, would be interesting to reunite him with Brian Flores. Let's see, Davis, Tyron Smith, Kevin Dotson. I mean, it'd be kind of hard to pass up Kevin Dotson, man. Like, Kevin Dotson is just a damn dude, and he really would transform the offensive line. Connor Williams coming off that ACL. I mean, if the Vikings had a changing of the guard at center and got rid of Bradbury and just threw money at Connor Williams, I wouldn't be mad at it. Patrick Queen out there as well. Robert Hunt, the other Louisiana offensive lineman, would think about taking a shot there. Frankie Louvu, I think, has always been underrated. DJ Reader, despite the injury, suffering against the Vikings, I think. He's always been solid on the interior. Jonathan Grenard, Saquon, Steve Nelson, Cushenberry, if he's a cap casualty, absolutely. And then Clowney. It's like, if the money is close with Leonard Williams and Jadeveon Clowney, I would take Leonard Williams every single day. Where Clowney has always been more sizzle than steak, and I think Leonard Williams has been a lot more steak than sizzle, if that makes sense. Where, I mean, Clowney's still hyped up because of that hit he had on the Michigan running back, Vincent Smith, I want to say, when he was unblocked in the Outback Bowl. Like, he's still living off that. And Clowney's good, but he's not in the tier that everyone thinks that he is. So I would be perfectly fine with Leonard Williams if this is how it went down. So there you go. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings land defensive lineman Leonard Williams, pretty penny too, in CBS Sports free agency mock draft. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.